So communication in general is best when it's regular and it's expected. It's a bit like the podcasting industry. You know, the best podcasters have built the audience steady over years because people expected to get those episodes on a regular basis. Communication is the same. If you commit to like a monthly newsletter for staff or investors or customers, then make it a monthly newsletter. Communicate clearly there. That's actually very important. Nowadays, when it comes to communicating with staff, there's I suppose some honest communications. I suppose there's some regulated communications. There's lots of HR systems. We've talked before about HR systems that you can use in order to actually get points across, to get things like just pay slips, for example, or when the Christmas shutdown is, other bits and pieces like that. So there's systems you can use in order to have a regulated method to talk to your staff, and regulated as in timing, not so much as in government regulation, but a nice regulated flow of information out to staff. You don't want to get these things wrong. Chinese whispers when it comes to staff is really important. There's lots of good mechanisms for doing this in a bit more genuine, honest, and sort of simple way. The weekly meeting, the stand-up, there's all sorts of names for it. There's even frameworks for how you actually frame what you expect from people, OKRs, and these types of terms have taken hold lately. How I think, not just in a communication sense, but very much in an employee sense, I think people react well to knowing what they have to do to impress the boss. If you can communicate clearly what your staff need to do in order to have a really productive 9 to 5, then that's very important. It's one of my points, I suppose, of pride in several of my businesses is that we had very good systems and processes inside the company, to the point where that the days would fly. If you sat down at 9 and you looked up at 4:30 and thought, "Where's the day gone? I've been that busy." There's nothing worse than being at work and being bored or not knowing what you have to do to complete your job. So communication's a large part of that, and it sort of comes into the mix. So do it regularly. Have a framework. Stick to that framework. Change it as need be, but stick to that framework for a sensible period of time, and apply the general pressure of constant communication that people expect, and you'll find that business gets a lot easier. People respect authenticity, so be clear, straightforward, and keep it real. If there's a problem, don't sugarcoat it. Lay it out honestly, and people will trust you more for it. You don't have to have all the answers, but if you're upfront about where things stand, people will rally behind you. When things go wrong, and they will, own it. I found that transparency and accountability are two of the most powerful drivers of team cohesion.